Hello everybody, this is Angie at Cuckoo for Coupons, and this is my CVS haul for the week of November 3rd through November 7th. So this week at CVS was the beginning of a new 2-week ad because last week we only had a 1-week ad because of Halloween. So we have all new deals this week, and I ended up doing multiple transactions, so I'm going to go over all of those transactions with you. I'll show you exactly what I grabbed, what coupons I used, all of that good stuff. But before I do, if you guys could just take a second and give this video a big thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so yet, if you could just take a moment and hit that subscribe button and then ring that notification bell. That way you'll know when I post my videos. I would be super grateful. Also, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy to have you here. Please say hello in the comments below. I would love to say hello back to you. And if you've been here all along supporting my channel, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. Don't forget, I will have a printable breakdown below the video of everything that I got at the store that you can just print out and take to the store with you. And it's going to make your shopping so much easier. All right, let's go ahead and get into my CVS haul. So I did not get a chance to use my % off coupon until Sunday, which means I wouldn't have gotten my 10 off of 70 until Monday, which is when I did do the majority of my shopping. But since I was in there on Sunday, there were a few deals that I wanted to grab because I knew that they were going to be gone quickly. So that is what these deals are. So let me show you what I grabbed. So first I grabbed some of this Purex 4-in-1 laundry detergent. It is the 150 fluid ounces. It's regular $17.49 and it's on sale for $8.99. And it's also buy one, get back a $5 extra buck. We don't have any coupons or anything like that. So you just simply grab one, pay $8.99, get a $5 extra buck back, making this huge thing of laundry detergent just $3.99. So I grabbed one for each of my accounts because my store only had 3 of them. And I was there at like 9:30 on Sunday. So they were going to be gone by Monday. Another deal that I wanted to grab because on Sunday, they only had a couple of them left. And that is these Irish Spring body washes. So these are on sale. They're not tagged in my store, but they're on sale for $4.99. And they're buy one, get back a $2 extra buck. So grabbing one of them at $4.99, we have this $2 off of one digital coupon. That will bring it down to $2.99, but then you're going to get back a $2 extra buck, making the body wash just 99 cents. So I initially grabbed one of each of them for both of my accounts, but when I got to the register, I realized that the lid on one of them was broken. So I did end up only getting one of them. And then the last item that I picked up on Sunday was this L'Oreal Paris toner. And I wasn't planning on getting it, and this is kind of strange. So let me explain why I did end up getting it. So last week we had a great deal on this product where if you buy one, you got back a $2 extra buck. And we had a $5 off of one digital. But my store did not have the toner that day, and I ended up grabbing something else on the account that I used. But then I happened to walk past it on Sunday. I noticed that they had gotten some in. And I was thinking to myself, I think that's part of the spend 30 deal. So I really just stopped to scan it to see if I still had my $5 off of one digital on my other account. And I did still have it. So I scrolled down just to make sure I knew what deal it was a part of in case I decided to grab it on Monday. And when I scrolled down in the app, it didn't say anything about a spend 30 deal. It said the same thing that it said last week. It said it was buy one, get back a $2 extra buck. And this right here is part of a screenshot that I took on Sunday about 9:30 a.m. It's not from last week. It is from this past Sunday. So I thought, well, that's really strange. I don't think that's right. And then I thought, well, maybe the system's not updated yet. But I had already grabbed the Purex, and the screenshot from my Purex was right. And I had already grabbed the Irish Spring, and that was in the system right. So I just thought it was really odd that it was still in the system this way. So I did end up scanning a few more items, and everything else in the system was correct. So then, of course, I second guessed myself. I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they have the same deal this week. So long story short, I ended up checking with somebody, and the manager was in the store standing right next to them, and they ended up looking in their phone. The same thing happened, and they said, well, it's in the system, so if you decide to grab it and your extra buck doesn't print, I'll just print you one. And super nice about it. So I was like, well, I don't normally do things like that, but I was like, if you're offering, I'll take it. So I did end up grabbing it because that's a great deal. So the deal for me would be to grab one of these at $8.49, use that 5 off of 1 digital coupon that I still had, bringing it down to $3.49, but then getting back a $2 extra buck, making this just $1.49. But I will go ahead and tell you that my extra buck did not print, so it was just wrong in the system. And actually, when I went back on Monday, there was still one there. So I scanned it, and it had updated in the system. It said it was part of the spend 30 on wellness and get a $10 extra buck. So this is not a deal that you would be able to do. I mean, you could grab it along with the wellness deal if you want, but you wouldn't be able to do it this way. So I was initially going to do 2 transactions. On one of them, I was going to do the Purex and then one of the Purex and then one of the Irish Spring. And then on my second transaction, I was going to do the other Purex, the other Irish Spring, and then the L'Oreal Paris. So I put my Purex on the counter, and then I was putting the Irish Spring on the counter when I realized the lid was a little bit broken. So I decided not to get it, and I told her, I don't think I'm going to get this, it's broken. And she was like, oh, let me go ahead and take it from you then. So she just kind of put it to the side where we were standing, and I just ended up getting the Purex on my first transaction. But I can tell you, spoiler alert, that the Irish Spring that was still sitting there is going to come back into play later. And here is my receipt for the first Purex. So it did ring up at $8.99. I rolled $7 in extra bucks, and then I used my 2%. But of course, with the 2%, I do not count it as rewards earned, so I do not count it as rewards spent. My subtotal ended up being just 73 cents, so that is what I paid out of pocket. But of course, I have to add the $7 in extra bucks that I used back to that, so I technically paid $7.73. But then I got back my $5 extra buck, so in the end, this big old thing of Purex cost just $2.73. And then here is my second receipt. It was supposed to be for the Irish Spring, the Purex, and then the L'Oreal toner. But if you look at the receipt, you'll notice that there are 2 Irish Spring body washes on the receipt when there's only supposed to be 1. And this is where that first Irish Spring came back into play. So it was just sitting there on the counter, and she scanned my first Irish Spring, and I was talking because I was talking about how the L'Oreal toner extra buck probably was not going to print because I really thought that was just a mistake. And she said to me, did you want this Irish Spring? And I thought she was talking about the one that I did want. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I just kept talking. And so she had picked it up and scanned it. I didn't even realize it. And so then when she got to the end and I was looking at my subtotal, I was like, that's a little higher than I thought it was going to be. And I scrolled back up and I saw Irish Spring, Purex, L'Oreal. So I didn't think anything of it. And it wasn't until she handed me the receipt and the bag that I realized she had scanned both of them. So it was just a mistake, no big deal. But I did end up returning it, so I'll go over that in just a second. But just pretend that Irish Spring, one of the Irish Spring anyway, is not there, and I'll go over the receipt. So my 5 off of 1 for the L'Oreal came off, my $2 off of 1 for the Irish Spring, and then I rolled $7 in extra bucks. I also used my 2%, and I had a 20% on this account, so I used that as well. So my subtotal was $12.81. So that is what I paid out of pocket because I was using the account where I didn't have a lot of extra bucks, or I would have used more. But adding the $7 in extra bucks that I used, I technically paid $19.81. I then got back a $5 extra buck for buying the Purex, a $2 extra buck for one of the Irish Spring body washes. And then they did print me a $2 extra buck for the L'Oreal. And then I did return that second Irish Spring. So I got back a total of $5.25 for that item. So in the end, for all 3 items that I was supposed to get on this transaction, it ended up being just $5.56. And again, that includes that big thing of Purex. So I think that is a great deal for all 3 of those items. Okay, so everything else that I grabbed, I did so on Monday, and I did use this 10 off of 70 spend threshold CRT. And the first items I wanted to grab were some of the Shea Moisture hair care. So these are part of a deal where if you spend $20, you get back a $10 extra buck. But for some reason, my store does not carry a lot of the items. I really wanted to grab 2 of the styling gels, which are priced $9.99, but my store only had 1 of those. So I did grab the one at $9.99. And then along with it, I grabbed this Curl and Shine shampoo that is priced $12.49 in my store. So both products together total $22.48. I have this 5 off of 2 digital coupon, so I'm going to use that. That will bring them down to $17.48. I'll get back the $10 extra buck, making both of them $7.48 or just $3.74 each. But if you can find 2 of those styling gels, that is going to make for a much better deal. Next up, I'm going to grab some of the Halls cough drops. So these are priced $3.39 each, but they are spend $10 and get back a $3 extra buck. So I am going to grab 3 of them at $3.39 each for a total of $10.17. I do have this $2 off of 2 digital coupon, so that is going to bring them down to $8.17 for all 3. But then I'll get back that $3 extra buck, making them $5.17 for all 3. But then I'm going to take my receipt and submit it to Ibotta for 50 cents back on each of them for a total of $1.50 back, making all 3 of them just $3.67 or only $1.22 each. Next up, I decided to grab some oral care. So we have a deal on the Colgate Total, where if you spend $10, you get back a $5 extra buck. So I grabbed one of the Colgate Total toothpaste that is priced $5.99 in my store. And then along with it, I grabbed one of the Colgate Total mouthwashes that are priced $6.29 in my store. So together they total $12.28. I have a $3 off of one digital for the toothpaste. And then I have a $3 off of one digital for the mouthwash. So those will bring them down to $6.28 for both. But then I'm going to get back a $5 extra buck, making both of them just $1.28 or only 64 cents each. The last deal that I decided to do was the spend $30 and get $10 back in extra bucks. So the first item that I grabbed was one of these Dawn Power Washes. So these are on sale for $5.99. And I do have a $2 digital coupon for that. And then I also grabbed one of the Finish Ultimate dishwasher tabs that are on sale for $6.99. And I do have a $2 digital coupon for those. Next, I grabbed one of the Lysol air sanitizers. So these are on sale for $9.99. And I have a $3 digital coupon for one of these. And then I also grabbed one of the smaller Tide liquids that are on sale for $6.99. And I have a $1 digital coupon for the Tide. So here are the 4 items that I'm getting all together for my spend $30 deal. All 4 of them total $29.96. So my store follows the 98% rule. So because that is over 98% of the $30, I'll still get my extra buck back. So $29.96. I have 2 $2 digitals, a $3 digital, and a $1 digital. So all of those will bring these 4 down to $21.96. But then I'll get my $10 extra buck back, making all 4 of them just $11.96 or only $2.99 each. And here is everything that I'm getting for this transaction. I do have my 10 off of 70 I'm going to be using, so I'm going to take all of this and head to the register. And here is my receipt, so everything rang up as it should. My coupons that came off were my $2 digital for the Finish, the $3 digital for the Lysol, the 5 off of 2 for the Shea Moisture, $3 for the Colgate mouthwash, $3 for the Colgate toothpaste, $2 for the Dawn Power Wash, $1 for the Tide, $2 off of 2 for the Halls, and then my 10 off of 70 did come off. I also had a free $6 extra buck from the pharmacy, and because I get that for free, I am not going to count that as money spent. So I did use that, and then I rolled $25 in extra bucks. So my subtotal was $12.89. So I paid that out of pocket. But if I take the $12.89 and I add the $25 in extra bucks, because I'm not going to add the $6 because that was free money for me. So if I add the $25, I technically paid $37.89 for all of these items. But then I got back $28 in extra bucks. And that is $10 for the spend $30, $5 for spending $10 on Colgate total, $10 for spending $20 on the Shea Moisture, and then $3 for spending $10 on the Halls. And then I took my receipt and I submitted it to Ibotta, and I did get back $1.50 for the Halls. So in the end, for all of these items, I paid just $8.39. And I think that's a great deal for these items. And here is everything that I got in my CVS haul. My first transaction cost $2.73. My second was $5.56. My third was $8.39. So for all of these items, I paid $16.68. And I think that is a great deal for these items. I mean, the Lysol air sanitizer and the Dawn Power Wash on sale cost about $16 by themselves. So to get all of this for $16.68, I think that is a pretty good day. And that is it. That is everything I have for you. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't done so yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would really help out my channel. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day and good luck couponing.